up again, Cowboy fans and YouTubers? There's that VA Dallas Cowboy fan coming back at you. I was going to make this video about how I failed to mention in the last one that, another positive from the game was that the coaches made in-game adjustments and halftime adjustments. If you didn't know, Terrence Steele actually exited the game a little bit before halftime. And today it came out that he actually had food poisoning. That's why he did not finish the game. Now, I was going to praise the coaching staff on reconstituting the offensive line for the better. And unfortunately, it wasn't the case. He was not benched because of poor play. They actually benched him because of the food poisoning. So, in the long run, it's looking more and more like these Cowboys are determined to basically not change up anything this year just for the fact that McCarthy didn't get his whole off-season like he wanted, and he's basically red-shirting this season. It's literally starting to look like that. They're not trying to get any new players. They're restructuring contracts for next year. They're trotting out the same basic defenses and offenses, really. Only thing is different players in different areas, only due to the fact of free agency. So that's not exactly a very good look, as Cowboy fans are getting sick and tired of running out with the same old mess. But that's my opinion. It's starting to look more and more like that every week, as we keep saying it's the same old stuff. It's the same offense. Everything y'all came out throwing this past Sunday instead of running. And when it was time to run, he was just running straight into brick walls. The screen game wasn't there. He got a little less, active as far as going for things. Only when that 2-point conversion was needed did he go for it this week after, you fans brutalized him last time for trying to go for it and everything. So, you basically talked him into turning into Jason Garrett instead of going for it anymore. It's looking more and more like they just not caring to change really anything this year. They're trying to teach these guys stuff on the fly, but when it's not working, they're really not trying to implement it anymore. You got one defensive player saying it's too complicated, one saying it's not complicated, and the only consistent player on the defensive line seems to be the one that's actually ran in this defense before. So, I don't know what's going on. I'm not there. I'm not part of the organization. I really wish I was a fly on the wall, because these daily conversations between the coaches and players and ownership, I just don't know what they're doing. Everybody keeps crying for Earl Thomas, but for some reason they're like, you know what? We don't need it. We're going to run with these guys. Maybe there's a plan to draft a safety next year or 2 or 3. Like we did this year with the corner position. And they're just, not worrying about it right now. And they're just going to take what they get. They're not really worried about year 1 in Mike McCarthy's regime. And they're just trotting it out there and just seeing, what sticks to the wall. They're not really doing anything else different. That's just my opinion. I mean, it's ridiculous, Just when stuff looks like it's getting better, it just looks the same. It just goes backwards. We don't know what to do. As fans, it's very frustrating all the time. But, I'm not mad. I'm sticking with the positive, and the positives I've seen with the offense is still there. We still look like the same offense that could have came reeling off another 3-0 start. But our defense is allowing more points than our offense can give us. And our offense is making boneheaded decisions sometimes. So, a lot of it's always been self-inflicted wounds. Guys are having brain farts at some of the worst times. And it's coming back to bite us. So I don't know. I still believe this team can be a lot better when these injured players can get back. And the faster they can get back and get, back to the game speed, I think we'll look a lot better. The next 4 games, I do believe, I want to say are cakewalks. At least I put that in my predictions video, that Cleveland, Washington, New York, and I think Arizona are our next 4 games. And I said all 4 are winnable. Now, you think 5-2, almost halfway through the season, while everybody else in the division's kind of floundering, we could take a stranglehold on the division, beating New York and the Washington football team, and winning against some in-conference competition. So, here's looking at the next couple weeks, hopefully swinging our way, if we can minimize our own mistakes and, maximize what we can do best. Trayvon Diggs, I give him all the credit in the world. The boy has hustle, even though, he's getting burned on some plays. But he's a rookie getting thrown into the fire. So, I like him. I think he can be a beast when he gets everything put together. And I'm looking forward to what he can do in the future. As far as the defensive line, I don't know what's going on there, but there were multiple times that it looked like offensive holding that was not called against Seattle. These guys are trying to create pressure. They're trying to create hurries. And from the look of things, any less mobile quarterback probably would have gotten taken down for a couple of them plays, because Russ, he knows how to run. And once he saw those holes opening up around him, he was gone. Other quarterbacks might not think that way. So, there's always a chance for our defensive line to step up and get in there. Aldon Smith, like I said, is already doing his best for comeback player of the year. And he's looking every bit of it after 4 years. So we'll just have to take a day in, a day at a time. Tomorrow is usually the day when players come in for a visit. So we'll have to see what happens with that. All right. If anything else happens, we'll get it to you. Till then, VA Dallas Cowboys fan, out.